thought it was so god awful that like absolutely nobody else should experience this nonsense. Hey loves, what's up? Thanks for joining me today. My name is Lauren, if you didn't know, and today we are talking about products I've returned. I feel like when you return a product, it leaves a very big statement, especially for me, because I rarely, if ever, return anything. Generally speaking, when I return a product, that means I absolutely hate it. I despise it. I despise it so much that I couldn't bother to either one, make it work, two, even consider regifting it or, you know, giving it to somebody that I think would like it and enjoy it, because I do declutter my makeup and I do give stuff away. And I do give away stuff that doesn't work for me, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad product. It just wasn't my jam. Like, it just didn't vibe with me and my skin or my makeup application, like whatever the product was. I just didn't like it. But for me to return something means I think it's so bad I don't even want it in my life, but I don't want it in anybody close to me life either. I will say I have been decluttering less and less. I have been way more intentional with my purchases in the past few years, so I've been having a lot less regrets because of it. Generally speaking, I only buy things on sale. I usually like save all my purchases for the Sephora VIB sale. That's how I maintain my Rouge status, number one. But number two, it's how I get like the bulk of the things I want. I end up like putting everything in a list in Excel, and some things like will sit on that list forever, and some things I'll remove from that list, like, oh, something I thought I wanted, and then I realized like I'm not really interested in this anymore because I actually set with the thought about making that purchase, and then in reality I realized I don't really want to buy that. And there's some things that I never stop thinking about, and those are the products I usually end up buying. Most of these things I bought during the Sephora VIB spring sale, and I've tried and I've returned. Generally speaking, if I try a product and it's not like completely like terrible, I will find a way to finesse it and make it work and use it in my routine to figure it out or get it to work. I don't really like doing that. Like, I feel like if you have to force a product to make it work, especially, I don't know, maybe it's the old age of me, and the older I get, like, I just don't care to like force things, especially when I have things in my collection that just inherently work, like they just work. The two categories things fall under, like they usually have to hit both of those criteria. Like, one, I couldn't make it work, and two, I think it's just god awful that like absolutely nobody else in my life should experience this. That's usually what prompts me to return something. So let's talk about it. It's not much. I've only returned 3 things. Again, like I said, I've been way more intentional in like my purchases in the past few years. Most of the products in my makeup collection I love, I like, and I can make work in some capacity or get along with. I do have some things in my collection that's like maybe not my favorite that will probably get decluttered in the future, but like it's not what I like or enjoy using, but I know somebody else could probably enjoy using it. I do have a massive video talking about all the purchases I made thus far in 2024 coming out soon, so you'll probably see this one first, and then that one will be shortly after. I feel like it's a half-year mark, and it's a good time to reflect on, you know, all the things I bought, all the things I've used, all the things I've tried, and what ended up staying and what ended up going. But in that video, I will not be talking about the products I returned. I decided to dedicate this video to it because that video is going to be very curt. I have a lot of products to get through, so I'm spending probably like 2-3 minutes max on each product. I'm not going into too much detail, but here I feel like these products deserve, you know, a moment on the floor, okay? They deserve a little bit more time and attention than 2 or 3 minutes of like how awful they were. This is the product I returned so far in 2024. The first product on the list is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's the Beauty Balm Serum Boosted Skin Tint. Now, although I'm against like trying new foundations really at this point in my life, because like I have the ones that I love and I will always continue to use it, I'm not against trying a skin tint or a concealer. And this was a skin tint, so I was like, oh, you have my attention. It also launched during the Sephora VIP sale, which means I could get it for 20% off. Great. I actually went to a store to try to swatch it. They conveniently had every shade except for the last 4 darkest shades. And when I asked the store associate about it, she said, yeah, nobody in this region has the last 4 shades in store yet. They're not coming until a few weeks later. And I asked her what's a few weeks later, and she was like, unsure, which I thought odd. Like, you put all of the light, fair, and tan shades up, but like the deep ones, no, you can't try this in store. You can't even see it. So that was interesting. That should have been my sign right there, right? I ended up just buying it online. I did swatch like the last few deepest shades that was there. They were a little too light. Let me just read the description for you before like I tear this product to shreds. A first of its kind solid serum boosted skin tint for sheer light coverage, delivering a natural finish with 8 skin loving ingredients. The coverage is light, the finish is natural. It says it's supposed to visibly smooth fine lines and wrinkles, delivers a youthful looking skin, and protect and restore, I'm assuming, your skin. A tinted solid serum boosted formula providing sheer to light coverage for glowy skin, packed with 8 skin loving ingredients. It delivers a natural finish and serious care. Beauty Balm features a luxurious silky texture that's weightless and blends seamlessly. The future of complexion has arrived. Okay. When they said sheer, they weren't joking. This provided 0 coverage, and as somebody who needs just a hair of coverage, and trust me, I like light coverage things, okay? It did absolutely nothing for my skin. As far as a tint, it didn't even tint like at all. It was basically translucent, and despite it being translucent, it left a weird cast. Like, it would gather in some areas, making it look dirty, like when it did decide it wanted to tint. And it was just horrific. Like, it was just terrible. I could not get this thing to work. It was really bad. It was absolutely 0 coverage, and somehow was patchy to the point where, like, when the coverage did show up, it made me look dirty. So, and it would not do an even application across the face. Originally, I applied it like directly, like took the stick and applied it directly to the face. And I don't know how it became so uneven and splotchy with that application, but like that was probably the worst application. I did try it with a brush. It's still not working, and I ended up just returning it because like this was horrible, horrible, horrible. As far as the skincare benefits, I didn't really see any difference. And that's probably the main reason I was into it, because I do have dry skin. Toting all these benefits that, you know, will help like your skin and like keep your skin moisturized and healthy and glowy looking, and it did none of that. It was a translucent balm and a deodorant stick that would apply sometimes patchy, and I just couldn't mess with this one. So this one I had to go back to the store. I did get my money back for that one, because no, it was just no. The whole situation was no. Stay away, stay far, far away. That is a very useless product, probably the most useless makeup product I have ever tried in my entire life. Like, I lied to you not. I probably could have got down with it if it like moisturized my skin, and I probably could have got away with using it as like a primer, but like it was so useless. Like, it didn't even moisturize my skin. It did none of the benefits that I could see, and I kept it for like a good solid week before I gave it up. Like, I gave up hope on it. So yeah, that's the ABH Beauty Balm Serum Boosted Skin Tint, and I got it in the shade 13, and it was terrible. Worst skin tint I have ever tried. Next on the list is from Milk Makeup, and this is gimmicky, but I fell into the gimmick mainly because again, I have dry skin, and it's advertising to be very moisturizing and nourishing. It was supposed to leave my skin, you know, glowy and hydrated. This is the Milk Makeup Cloud Glow Priming Foam with Brightening Turmeric. It retails for $28, and what is it? It is a skincare packed priming foam that visibly brightens and hydrates to bring out your skin's natural glow and create a smooth base of makeup. This one I tried for 2 weeks before like I gave up. First of all, I couldn't get over the smell. It smelled like old celery left in your fridge. You know, like when something starts to go bad in your fridge, like, and it's time to like get rid of it and clean out. This is the smell it reminded me of. And I've watched a bunch of reviews and people try this product, and not one person, I think one person mentioned the smell and they said it was earthy. I would say that's an accurate description too, but to me it smelled like old celery in your fridge. Like some onions maybe are possibly going bad in the back, like some green onions are going bad in the back of your fridge somewhere. That's the smell, and I could not really get past the smell. I would have probably been able to get past the smell if it actually, you know, provided the hydrating and glowing benefits it did, but it did not. And I tested it under various different circumstances. I tested it with no skincare at all, just to like see if it would like, you know, hydrate and glow and make my skin, you know, hydrated and glowy. It did not. My skin still looked dry, and it felt dry after application. I tried it after my skincare. Left my skin with a very matte finish. It was doing the opposite of what it was saying it was gonna do. And I thought that was odd. And I knew it was this thing because like my skincare, generally speaking, before I put on makeup, my last step is my sunscreen, and my sunscreen leaves my face very glowy. Like, it leaves it with a nice radiant glow. So much to the point where I have gotten compliments literally on my skin right after I apply my sunscreen. And nothing else. For me to apply this on after my sunscreen, it literally dulled it down, was like, okay, what the fuck are you doing? You're doing the opposite of what you say you're gonna do. So between it not providing any hydration and glow and doing the opposite of that for 2 weeks straight, like I said, I tried it under every condition I could think of under the sun to try to make this work. And the smell lingered. It lingered for at least 2 hours. Like, I have a very strong acute sense of smell. I couldn't get over the smell. It just reminded me of like food going bad in the fridge. It was just like, no. I did follow instructions to a T like the first 3 times I used it, and then like after that, like I tried to like finesse it to like make it work, and it just wasn't making it work. Besides the fact that the smell was probably the biggest like offender to me, and it lingered for like 2 hours after the fact, and it was strong, it was potent, because like I said, it smelled like it was going bad. Could I have possibly gotten a bad one, and hence why nobody else is like mentioning the smell of that product that's tried it? Maybe, but I highly doubt that. I do. I think the turmeric in here or something is making it have a very weird and wonky smell, and I just can't vibe with it. And it just didn't do anything that it said. Yeah, it didn't boost hydration, it didn't even my skin tone, and it didn't provide a brightening glow. None of these benefits happened. So unfortunately, the Milk Makeup Cloud Priming Foam with Brightening Turmeric went right back to the store. Okay, so there's one last thing that I did return, but I'm not sure if you would consider it a full return because I exchanged it for a different shade, and I've been using this different shade on top. I would count it as a return just because I did return it. And it was the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. I got the shade Dark, and I returned it for the shade Medium. The shade Dark, as far as the sculpting serum, I was not crazy about the tone of it. I did 2 videos on it. You can see my full thoughts there, but it basically came down to I did not like the tone of it as far as a bronzing serum. I needed hair more warmth, not enough warmth where it would turn me orange, but you know, just like a little bit more. It was a little too neutral. But because this product is so neutral, it does work very well as an all-over bronzing serum on the face. I feel like if you're a darker complexion and you want to try this product and use it, you are better off using it all over the face. It does give you a very glowy, radiant, hydrating face. Basically, it does what the Cloud Foaming Primer says it's gonna do as far as like making your skin radiant and glowy. But doesn't. But yeah, this does make your face glowy and radiant. So I actually enjoy this. I've been using it like as an all over face primer before makeup, and I have no complaints. But as far as the sculpting part goes and the shade Dark, no thank you. I will pass on that one. So that's all of the products I returned so far in 2024. Very short video. I didn't have much to say. Like I said, I've been more intentional with my purchases. I've been sitting with purchases longer. Like if I think I want to buy something, I'll wait. Like I will sit for a while, a few weeks to a month maybe, and then like I'll pull the trigger. That's generally how I've been like shopping lately, and I tend to only buy things during the Sephora sale. Like I buy the bulk of my makeup during the Sephora sale, which requires me to wait, you know, obviously even longer. There are some exceptions outside of that, but for the most part, I literally only wait until there's some form of a sale. I'm trying to think, anything else? Yeah, that's it. This was a very short video. Those are all the products I have returned in 2024. Let me know any products that, you know, were so awful that you just couldn't stand them, that you had to get rid of them, that they couldn't exist in your space anymore. You didn't even want to give it to anybody else to like see if they could make it work. But this is so god awful. I don't want nobody to have this. Nobody should try this. This product sucks. Let me know what products like you've returned in 2024 down in the comments below. Majority of what's in my collection right now, I'm very happy with most of my purchases. I can get them to work or make them work in some way, shape, or form, but I don't have many regrets. Not enough to like, you know, take it back to the store. Like I can figure out a way to finesse it, make it work, or give it to somebody that I know would like, you know, use it and appreciate it. Yeah, let me know what you returned in 2024, what didn't work out for you, what you're loving, etc. Whatever you want to talk about down in the comments below. Appreciate you hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one.